Hi and welcome to the OneManStudio AI channel. I am a Stable Diffusion specialist. My name is Sierra. Go to this link on GitHub, Automatic1111 Stable Diffusion Web UI. If you scroll down, you can find more information about this interface. Stability AI has created some AI models called Stable Diffusion and made them open source. The community has begun creating various interfaces for it, like the Automatic1111 interface. We'll be using the Automatic1111 Web UI, a popular and user-friendly interface for Stable Diffusion. This interface was designed by Automatic1111 and offers a wide range of features. While other interfaces like Comfy UI, Invoke AI, and NMKD also exist, we'll focus on Automatic1111 for this tutorial. To begin, go to the installation and running section of the GitHub page. You'll see that it supports various platforms, but an NVIDIA GPU is recommended for optimal performance. Since I have an NVIDIA RTX 4060 Ti 16GB, I will be following the Windows Method 1 instructions, which are compatible with Windows 10 and 11 for NVIDIA GPU users. Click here to open the instructions. Download the SD WebUI zip file. Once downloaded, extract the zip file. Inside, you'll find several BAT files, including environment BAT, run BAT, and update BAT. First, double-click Update BAT. This will update the repository and should complete quickly. Press Enter to close the window. Next, double-click Run BAT. This begins the installation of Stable Diffusion's components. This process can take some time depending on your computer and internet speed. Please be patient and allow the process to complete. As you can see, the Stable Diffusion 1.5 model is downloading. After installation, you can add more models and extensions to further customize Stable Diffusion and enhance your workflow. AI image generation has seen remarkable advancements in recent years, unlocking powerful new creative possibilities. In future videos, I'll show you how to integrate Stable Diffusion into your workflow, using tools like Photoshop for drawing and digital painting to achieve the results you want. Once it's finished, Stable Diffusion will be ready to use. A new browser window will automatically open, displaying the user interface. This interface runs on a local IP address, which you'll see in the command window. The appearance of this IP address usually means the interface has launched successfully. In the top left corner, under Stable Diffusion checkpoint, click the drop-down menu and select the 1.5 model. In the prompt field, type your desired text. For example, I'll enter a futuristic cyberpunk girl, digital art. Click Generate to create your first AI image. Experiment with different prompts and settings to see the variety of images you can create. Image details are shown below each generated image. For me, this image was generated in 3 seconds. Now, let's explore some advanced settings. If you return to the Stable Diffusion GitHub page, you'll find a section on command line arguments. These are special commands you can add to the BAT file to optimize performance or troubleshoot issues. For example, if you encounter errors due to limited graphics card memory, you can use commands like MedVram and LowVram. These commands help Stable Diffusion manage your graphics card's memory more effectively. MedVram is for cards with moderate VRAM, video random access memory, while LowVram is for cards with very limited VRAM. Keep in mind that using these commands may slightly reduce image quality or generation speed, but they can prevent crashes. To use them, add them to your WebUI user BAT file after set command line args equals. For example, set command line args equals medvram. Consult the Stable Diffusion documentation for more memory-related command line arguments. To add other optimizations, let's go back to the installation directory and find the WebUI user BAT file in the WebUI folder. This is the file you'll use to launch Stable Diffusion from now on, and where you'll add custom commands. Close any open command windows, then right-click the BAT file and select Edit to open it in Notepad. I'm going to add the Xformers optimization to speed up image generation. Xformers enhances Stable Diffusion's use of your graphics card's resources, resulting in faster image generation, especially for larger images or complex prompts. Xformers is generally recommended for better performance. However, some users have reported occasional instability with Xformers. If you experience crashes after enabling it, try disabling it. You can find more information about Xformers, including troubleshooting tips, on the Stable Diffusion GitHub page. Save the file and close it. Now, double-click the BAT file to restart Stable Diffusion with the new settings. This might take a little longer the first time, as Xformers may need to download additional components like Torch. Once it's done, you should see faster image generation. Let's try another image generation test using the prompt "a futuristic cyberpunk girl, digital art." The command window will show the generation progress and any errors that might occur. If you encounter an error, it will be displayed here. A good way to troubleshoot is to search for the specific error message on Google, adding Stable Diffusion to your search terms. While this difference might seem small for a single image, it adds up to significant time savings when generating many images or larger, more complex ones. It's important to remember that the Stable Diffusion 1.5 model is optimized for 512 x 512 pixel images. If you deviate significantly from the size, you might get unexpected results. For example, generating a much larger image could sometimes result in a single image appearing to contain multiple heads or other artifacts. This can happen because Stable Diffusion may interpret the larger dimensions as multiple separate 512 x 512 images. The Stable Diffusion 1.5 model, while functional, isn't the highest performing model available. Many excellent models are available on Civitai. To find them, click on Models section and use the sorting options to filter by time period. Years, model type, checkpoint, and checkpoint type, all. Consider your system's capabilities. If you have limited video memory, sticking with a 1.5 based model might be a good idea. However, if your system can handle it, the SDXL model is generally considered top tier and will likely give you the best results. You can also sort models by top rated or most downloaded to find popular and highly regarded options. For this demonstration, let's download the Juggernaut XL model. On its page, you'll find a download button and more information about the model. It's a fairly large file, around 6 GB, so make sure you have enough disk space. CKPT extension due to its improved security and compatibility. Once downloaded, place the Safatensors file in the correct directory. Navigate to your Stable Diffusion WebUI directory, then into the Models folder, and finally into the Stable Diffusion folder. You should see the default SDXL 1.0 model file there. SDXL-based models like Juggernaut XL are typically trained on 1024 x 1024 pixel images, so they tend to perform best at that resolution. Let's change our image generation settings from 512 pixels to 1024 pixels. Click the refresh button in the top left corner of the Stable Diffusion Web UI to refresh the model list. Refresh the model list, and then select the new Juggernaut XL model. It might take a few seconds to load. Now, let's generate an image using the same prompt as before, a futuristic cyberpunk girl. Digital art. Since we've increased the resolution to 1024 pixels, it will take a bit longer to generate. As you can see, the 1024 pixels image generated with Juggernaut XL shows a significant improvement in quality compared to the previous 512 pixels image. The generation took 12 seconds, but the details and overall quality are noticeably better. To find the saved image files, click the folder icon below the image. Your generated images are organized into folders. This one is specifically for images created using text-to-image. If you use the image-to-image feature, you'll find those images in a separate folder. Now, let's explore some other features. If you want to use an existing image as a starting point and modify it with AI, you'll want to use the image-to-image feature. Images generated this way are saved in a separate folder. Let's try a new prompt. Portrait of a woman. You can be as descriptive as you want in the prompt box, telling Stable Diffusion exactly what you envision in the image. You can also use the negative prompt box to specify things you don't want to see in the image. This helps Stable Diffusion refine the generated image and stick to your vision. Next, let's talk about upscaling. If you click the High-Res Fix button, you'll see options for using an upscaler model. Upscaling lets you create even larger images. For example, you can take a 1024 pixels image and upscale it to 2048px. Upscaling takes more processing time, but it results in a much larger and more detailed image. I'm currently using a denoise strength of 0.2, but you can experiment with this setting to see how it affects the upscaled image. Generating the image took me about a minute on my RTX 4060 Ti 16GB, and the result is large and visually impressive. If you plan to use Stable Diffusion frequently, creating a shortcut on your desktop is a great way to save time. Here's how. Right-click the WebUserBat file and select Create Shortcut. You can then rename the shortcut to something descriptive, like Stable Diffusion or Automatic1111. To personalize the shortcut's appearance, right-click it, go to Properties and click Change Icon. Choose any icon you like. I use a star. Click Apply and then drag the shortcut to your desktop or any other convenient location. Now, all you have to do is double-click the shortcut to launch Stable Diffusion. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. What other Stable Diffusion topics would you like to see covered? Let me know in the comments. Also, feel free to share your tutorial requests and connect with other users in my Facebook community, OneManStudio community. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Across the sky where clouds collide, a lone wolf howls, the night does hide. Echoes fade through the valleys deep, and shadows dark.